there is a counter argument to this also, and I want to put that question to Mr. Pallam Raju first. While you are upset that a separate state of Telangana is being created, if the Congress hadn't taken this decision, they would have been in trouble in Telangana also. Whichever day you take this decision, there would have been trouble. Is that not the reality, Mr. Raju?
I want to put things clear.
Yes.
We are not upset about the separate state of Telangana being formed. We do respect the sentiments of the people of Telangana, but at every stage, we have only been protesting and cautioning the government and the party in the manner in which they've been proceeding about the bifurcation exercise, and that has sent a very wrong signal. It has sent a very clear signal to the Simandra people that we don't care about what you think. We are going ahead with the creation of a state. We don't care what your genuine concerns are. We are going ahead with the creation of the Telangana state, and we don't care about parliamentary norms nor democratic norms. We just want to create Telangana. Is this the way to do it? And by a responsible national party which has a 128-year history. I think it's the most unfortunate day for democracy today. We are only upset with the manner in which it is.
Javed has a question.
Pallam Raju ji, I was one of those who was witnessing proceedings from the gallery, and I admire the dignity and the graciousness with which you and Mr. Chiranjeevi actually conducted yourself in this face of adversity. But it also begs the question, the proceedings in the Andhra Assembly, the way this whole resolution was sent back to the centre. I mean, there was no debate, no discussion, contrarian views were not allowed to be heard. Doesn't that also set a wrong kind of precedent?
I want to clarify again what has happened in the Andhra Assembly. What has happened in the Andhra Assembly, how the vote was rejected, was preceded by 159 MLAs signing a form, signing a letter rejecting the bill. And that was what the precedence was before it was actually rejected by a voice vote.
And even there are thousands of demands also not taken.
No, so we've got two more voices joining us. Mr. Owaisi representing Hyderabad. We've also got a pro-Telangana Rajya Sabha MP. Sir, the questions that are being asked by Mr. Chiranjeevi and Pallam Raju are very valid. Even if a state of Telangana had to be created, has the Congress done this in the right way? At a time when nobody could see what was happening, pushing it through in the din, is this the manner in which a separate state should be created amid so much bad blood, sir?
Separate Telangana has been created as per constitutional. Article 3 says there is no resolution necessary from assembly. Only they want their opinions, that's all. Same thing happened. Unnecessarily speaker, chairman, legislature, assembly, council, he has a voice vote without nobody here. Whether he kept for voting or not. That one, it came like that.
But what about the feelings of the people of Simandra? While people in Telangana are happy, do you think an undemocratic, wrong, unparliamentary precedent has been set, sir?
There is no president, unparliamentary president nahi hai. Everything is parliamentary. Everything with democratic norms. Therefore, Telangana has been created as per constitution. There is no question of, I only requested my Andhra friends not to agitate. Whatever you want, you ask. They never asked what Andhra people want. They only want that Telangana should not be created. That is not the way. Majority cannot suppress minority. Jawaharlal Nehru in those days, he told very clearly, after 5 years, if you people are not satisfied, you can be separated. But that has not happened. No development was done here. Ultimately, all properties in Hyderabad were purchased with these people and sold and made lot of money.
That's the point. That's a very important point, and I want to put that question to Mr. Owaisi. Not Mr. Chiranjeevi, not so much Pallam Raju, but the reality is there are a lot of the MPs who've been opposing the creation of a separate state of Telangana have deep-rooted business interests in Hyderabad, in Telangana. They say that, it's not a people's movement so much as it is a movement for MPs to take care of their business interests.
Whatever it is, but what has happened in Lok Sabha, I really fear for the future. That is, if tomorrow, if a right-wing government says that we will revive Pota or will make a confession through torture as evidence of guilt, what will the parties who kept quiet today say? Secondly, giving of law and order of Hyderabad, of GHMC here to governor is unconstitutional. Article 246 is very clear. Schedule 7 is very clear. Supreme Court judgments are very clear. How can you, this house is not competent to touch the basic structure of the constitution. That has been done over here. Yes, an historic bill has been passed. But how is it that 628 square kilometers of area will be given to governor for what? How is it that the bill says that the division of debts and liabilities will be on the basis of on proportion of population, not on the basis of projects that have accrued to a region? There are so many mistakes in that bill over there. And as far as my party is concerned, if this same bill is taken forward to Rajya Sabha, definitely we'll challenge this in Supreme Court as far as law and order is concerned.